Hello everyone and welcome back to this new year 2024, to this redirect My name is Alligator, and I'm here to bring you all the action today with the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Ground Zero. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing absolutely fantastic. It's a great opportunity to be casting in a redirect once more. We're always here. We're always here to bring the content as well. Isn't that right, Gator? And what content do we have here for tonight? We got Shooters versus Relentless, and as information tells me, one of them is a 1900 SSL team. So this is going to be an interesting prospect to see a high-level scoped player game happening in the quarterfinals as well, which is a best of 5, I believe, if I'm correct. There, Gator.
That is absolutely correct. We are already on round 3 of the tournament. All these players have been duking it out, battling in the previous rounds, but now we are on to the nitty-gritty. We are on to the final 3 rounds, but we will talk about those later. We'll see who will get crowned champion. For the moment, like I said, we have, I believe, the number 4 seed in the entire bracket in Shooters against a number 12 seeded Tyrone.
Ooh.
It's going to be an interesting battle, but I really don't know how to call it, because this disparity of seeds is completely throwing me off, right? We have Shooters on the one hand, who got a first round bye in the bracket stage and then just quickly 2-0'd Bandits EU. On the other hand, you have Tyrone, who played the first bracket round against UZ Esport 21 seed. That was a 2-0 easy peasy. But then they went against Relentless, the number 5 seed, and 2-0'd them as well. So there are no strangers to upsets. They are underdogs by numbers in the series, but they are maybe not as much underdogs on the field. And I'm really excited how this series plays out, because I think it's going to be closer than those numbers that seed, like we mentioned, might lead us to believe.
Exactly, I do have to agree with you there, Gator. And overall, like you said, the disparity is kind of throwing me off. I kind of like that mysterious feeling to the game sometimes. You don't know what to expect, and I think that just makes the game a little bit better. It keeps you on the edge of the seat. Keeps you a little bit more attentive to the games as well. So I think it's all the more interesting to watch it, play it out, and not waste any more time as well, and get straight away into the lobby. Get these games between these two, crazy good players here for both sides. Ready and joining the lobby and into the games, they do come. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of excited to see. Let's just introduce some of the players here. We got Hodge, Berserk, and Serve coming in from the Shooters, and for Tyrone, Icehorde, Jair, and Dimmy. So Hodge, Berserk, and Serve. I'm actually quite familiar with them, especially Hodge. He's actually one of my thumbnail artists. So this is a little bit of bias coming in my side. I would have to say I kind of support the boys there in blue coming in from Shooters, and they're going to be shooting not shooting hoops, but at least doing some saves there. What a save that was, coming in heroically at the moment. They're going to need 2 players to stop that shot coming in from the side of Tyrone. Interesting naming scheme, but the first 15 seconds, quite the rampant shots, and right off the bat, I do love the aggression coming in from both sides.
And as we were talking, Tyrone are on a roll, right? They've won 2 games already. Both of them were a quick 2-0 against... the first one was against a lower seed, which, you're always going to say, oh yeah, you should win it. But then they had a massive jump in the opponent quality, if you will, and they still won handily. Asana, it just feels like the natural progression for them to keep going. On the other hand, Shooters, you can see they have something to prove. They had a first round bye, then their second game was easy peasy lemon squeezy, as it should, being such a high seed, and now they're playing against a tough opponent. And the first play of the game was them literally getting boxed in their own area, already forced to make saves, but then they have been able to get out of their own half properly. They've gotten some offense going. Actually, they have 2 shots to the only one from Tyrone, and now they're getting the physical plays on. They've gone to play.
Yes, I actually quite like the way the shooter side is structured. You see one person specifically being Hodge right now. He's the gate opener. He's the gate crasher here. But I think he's nowhere to be found to save that shot this time. It's Dimmy coming in from Tyrone, getting the first goal. They found a hold after Serve's very dire mistake as the professed second man in the midfield there. So I think something to watch out for if they want to fix up that rotation as the games do go by. But the first half of this game, 3 minutes 32 seconds left of this first best of 5 here in the quarterfinals. It's going to be Tyrone in the lead, so we'll see how well it works out. But it's going to be a steal of a goal coming in from Zerk. what was that goal? And overall, fantastic play coming in from Tyrone to take a 2-goal lead. Everyone, Berserk and Hodge, just nowhere to be found on the backboard. Defense is completely lacking from shooters right now.
Yeah, and I don't know if Zerk did that on purpose, but I believe Serve might have been able to get to that initial shot. So, you know, by accident or on purpose, that second goal was a piece of art, I want to say, by Tyrone, who, as you said, have just suddenly run away with it. Now they have a 2-0 cushion. You know, even if they get scored on, they're still going to be in the lead, still with 3 minutes to go here in game number 1. Like we said before, this is longer than the series we were playing before. These are not best of 3s, they're best of 5s, but still, best of 5 is not as long as a best of 7. If you lose a game, it might snowball into losing a second, and then you already have to reverse sweep, and we all know how hard that is. The shooters are going to need to find some ground here, some footing for themselves, a goal maybe, but Demi is going to deny them already.
Yeah, but this might be the opportunity looking for. But Jair with a save, Serve blocking that, keeping it in the orange half here. They're going to try and rotate around, create some pressure. They might be able to get one. Berserkly finding a shot, but Jair, once again, a great save. I think he's going to be the greatest block that they're going to have to crush in this defensive side coming in from Tyrone. Suddenly, they've shifted their gear into keeping the ball in control. They've kept the dribbles are fantastic coming in from their side, and that's exactly what's kept them with some great pressure here. Hodge has been going for a full field set. Once again, trying to gate crash there. Ooh, Serve getting a redirect on his car there. And it's going to be serving up on the ball on a silver platter coming in from the side of Tyrone, who've been looking for another opportunity to release the pressure away from themselves, give themselves a breath of relief here as they're looking for another save. Berserk stopping that shot. Hodge will be able to control it. Seems he has no boost. That's one thing I've seen not from the other side here. Shooters, though they've been aggressive, they've been losing a lot of the boost battles every single time. Maintaining that has, you know, decreased any opportunities they could be building. Midfield control, though, has been fantastic. In the meantime, they've been able to lay some footwork here as the games have gone by to at least not feel too much pressure. But it seems that they're still struggling somewhat as Jair, fantastic outplay. Berserk popping away up the side wall. Demi trying to find his teammate Zerk, 50 with Berserk here himself. Berserk and Zerk, quite the naming scheme, so it's going to be kind of awkward saying both of those sides there as we move to go by. Two goals, 1 minute left, and I think they're, as you said, from the side of shooters, they're going to need a consolation goal to raise their morale. Otherwise, it kind of feels like it's all over from this game here. It's been all over and in control fully from the side of Team Tyrone.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? We've gone 2 minutes without a goal. Well, it was always going to happen. You know, we hadn't gotten Casters Cursed yet, and that was a perfect timing. Jair is going to put it in for the third one for Tyrone. I was mentioning, we had gone for, I believe, some 2 minutes-ish without a single goal, yet shooters just kept shooting, like their name says. The problem is that the defense from Tyrone has been so good. They only have 4 credited saves, but their shooters have 8 shots total, and they have not been able to put a single one in net. For comparison, Tyrone have shot 6 times. They've scored half of them. Ooh. Now, another one. It's a perfect example. The best offense is a great defense. Tyrone, they don't need to be making flashy plays. They don't need to be shooting all the time. If they could just keep being solid on the defense. Now you've got 6 saves for them to the 10 shots of shooters. And as the game keeps winding down, it's just going to keep going. You can see the K-Corp decal here and Jair. They're definitely acting like a wall on the defensive end.
Oh, fantastic. Last second in. This game is over. The ball bouncing down. It's going to be time. I have to say, Tyrone, outstanding performance. They've kept up a good block, and especially as you said there, Gator, your defense can sometimes be your best offense, and we're seeing it happen right before our very eyes. That that philosophy playing it to heart fully here. They've kept it to a T. Overall, I'd say shooters. They had some moments. They had some fantastic shots, but every now and then, whenever they kind of made that breakthrough, their shots would be saved every single time. So it kind of felt like it was a futile effort to put out anything against the orange side's net here. Tyrone, I think if they keep up this performance and shooters don't change anything in the next game, they might just take it away in a 3-0 sweep. But shooters, I really wouldn't, count them out of the race just yet. They've just, finally put up their best foot forward. They tried their best, saw what's wrong, saw what doesn't work, saw what could work, and they might, hopefully if they change their minds about what their tactics might be coming back. But right now, I think it's a bit too early to make our predictions. And as we move into Forbidden Temple, as the games go by, I'm kind of excited. Beautiful map for a beautiful second start. I'm going to see the sun rise for new shooters maybe in the second game. I'm excited to see whenever this kickoff goes there, Gator, to see who will stand up on top at the end of this best of 5.
Well, for the moment, it's looking all Tyrone. People in chat happy with those Tyrone W's. And, I always say that if you keep going up on offense, statistically at some point, you're going to end up scoring, right? Because the defense gets tired and, they might get sloppy. But there literally hasn't been a single crack in the Tyrone armor. I don't know how they've done it, but they're probably the most solid defense I've ever casted in Rocket League. And I'm not an expert. I don't cast 50 series per year, but still, I've been around the block for a while, and they literally conceded 0 goals on some, 12, 13 shots from shooters. I mean, true to their name, they just kept trying and trying, but with a defense like that, you're never going to get past them, and they're not exactly bad on the offense. You can see that redirect, the shots, the goals that they've been getting. This is as well-rounded a team as it gets, and there already is the first one for them.
Exactly, first one in, it's going to be Zerk himself as well. He quite literally served up on a silver platter here and gave Zerk the very immediate read that he needed. This man's been quite literally reading his angles, it seems here, hitting those books as well to read that shot. First goal in, and they've already set the tune for this game as well. They've already kind of done that, set the theme from the first game, and it kind of lent them a lot of favors. They have that immediate insurance win in the series-wise to lay some ground for the and footwork for the second one. And now we're going to see shooters. Have they really changed anything? Have they adapted? Because it's a team that doesn't adapt, that doesn't win at all. Serve and Berserk stuck in the corner. Serve on 0 boost. Berserk going to be able to lend a hand to his teammate here. 50-50 challenge with Jair, and sadly not the best save. Going to be moved over to the orange side. Berserk spawning in, making a fantastic save, keeping away into the corner. Dimmy going to be setting up another one off the backboard. Hodge blocking that. Up to the backboard, up to the side wall. Jair and Serve just struggling to maintain some possession of the ball. Berserk going to be setting up his opponent there, and Hodge having to push forward, exert himself, and extend into the ball to stop that ball from going past their corner here. It seems that, once again, they're kind of stuck in a gridlock here as shooters. They haven't been able to, do anything much other than completely rotate between them over their half continuously and in a very awkward circle. It's a very violent circle that's going to possibly crack in the meantime. With 2 minutes left on the 3 minutes left on the timer, 2 minutes have gone, and they're still struggling to get past their own half here. So a lot of credit to Tyrone and their overarching, dominating rotation and fantastic shot puts right now.
Yeah, and it's, like you said, not exactly shooters being bad. If they were playing against, I think, any other team, they would have probably already gotten some goals, some great opportunities. But Tyrone are just playing as perfect as Rocket League gets. You can't really say that a perfect game is ever played. As I think in any sport, you can always do better. But, you have those performances from time to time that go down in history. Maybe shooters will prevent that, though. They will get their first one right before we cross into the halfway mark of game number 2. Are these signs of life? I don't know, but the game is tied.
The game is tied, half the game left in regulation here, and like you said, there's something here. The heartbeat, the heart is still beeping hard right now. It's beating strong for the side of team shooters as they move into the corner, looking for a challenge. Serve going to be the first one up, looking for the double tap, misses the bounce, but it's going to be set up for his teammate. Hodge off the backboard, the double flip reset in hand, and he doesn't get a shot. Unfortunate save there by Jair off the backboard. Serve now setting up his teammate, Dimmy blocked by Hodge. Into the corner it goes once again, bounces perfectly for Serve for a 50-50. Dimmy and Zerk both missing the ball, so does Hodge, trying to set up his teammate in the midfield. Jair making that blockage, aiding his teammate with a passing play. Dimmy in the corner once again. It's going to be a clear away by Hodge. Hodge up to Berserk. Berserk up for the read off the ceiling, doesn't get it. 0 boost in hand. Hodge now making the play into the corner, up into the air, going to be going for Jair, looking for a setup. Surf off the ceiling, going to be making them make that blockage. Blocked it, got a snippet of a touch on the ball, but not strong enough to maintain some control. Still tied 1-1, and we're going to be a pinch right back into the orange half here. We go back, and the action once again continues there, Gator. And what action it is! And this is such a burst of action coming in from the side of both teams here.
Yeah, there's an underlying current that I'm really not liking from Tyrone. You know, I've been hyping them up all game long. Maybe this offensive play is going to be able to cut it, but no, the save from Hodge is going to prevent it. And what I'm seeing is that the team play is wearing down from the side of Tyrone. There were some double commits. I didn't see any triple commits. I think we're still taking the ball off of each other, which is not something that we have seen them do before. And if that ends up happening, or Dimmy literally disconnecting from the lobby, I don't think it bodes well for them in this series. They have to hold on for, I don't know, some 45 seconds here at least. If they can send it into overtime, there's a chance that Dimmy can connect back up. Maybe they can pull it off in the 2 versus 3. That was close. Zerk almost had it. They can definitely pull it off with the way they've been playing, but again, they have to regain that composure. That team play has to be on point. Dimmy just came back, so maybe they have done just enough to send it into overtime, or maybe even win it in regulation.
Possibly. This has got 20 seconds left here. Passing to come in, down middle, served up beautifully, but he's going to be blocking that himself as well. Laying forth a challenge. It's going to be up the backboard. There's Zerk trying to find his teammate. Finds Jair. It's going to be in the midfield. Hodge, and goal there! No! Goal tragedy! He redirects it into the back of his own net after some stunning performance in regulation for the past 5 minutes. Hodge, the greatest own goal clip we've seen on this channel. And it's all over. This game done, and it's by the sleight of their own hands here, Gator.
Oh, that's devastating. That's the last thing you want to see. Now Dimmy drops it to the ground. It's a game 2 victory for Tyrone, and that is so painful for shooters. And they are going to need to pull off not just the reverse sweep, obviously, to advance to the next round, but one of the biggest feats of mental strength that I have ever seen live in a Rocket League tournament, on stream, off stream, whatever. Because the fact that they lost game 1 is okay, you can kind of get over it. You know, they had a great defense, Tyrone. They just weren't able to get the ball into the net, but it's kind of fine. But in game 2, they literally come back from a score after not scoring for 7.5 minutes straight. Then a player from Tyrone disconnects, and when they come back, they own goal, a game that they could have had by numerical advantage, and they end up losing it because of what you could call a stupid mistake. I don't want to call it stupid, but it's a silly mistake, we'll say. But that is the kind of thing exactly that crushes your mental fortitude. And now we're really going to see what shooters are made of, as we're trying to resolve Dimmy's internet Steam issues. I don't know exactly what is happening, but it's unfortunate for the side of Tyrone, because they've been doing it so well, and you know, you hate to see it when a team just gets plagued by those connection issues.
I think we're going to have to stall until Dimmy manages to fix his issue. In the meantime, we can talk about the performances coming in from both sides there. Gator. From the last game, as we were talking about, exactly as you said, very awkward game. I've never seen a sequence of events occur such as that, so I think it lends aid to one of the funniest games I've ever had the opportunity of casting. So a tragic, we've had, it's like a Shakespeare soliloquy, or even just his plays normally. You know, it's got the tragedy, it's got the amusement, it's got everything jam packed into 5 minutes. So overall, fantastic performance coming in from both sides. I think that burst of emotion coming in kind of showed that they are very equal in standing if they aim to do so. It's a lot to struggle for, especially when it comes down to, because in high moments, in very, very tough moments, you know, sometimes the pressure can crush you. or maybe you can, you know, crush it into a new shining diamond. But right now we've seen it happen for shooters. They kind of crumbled just at the most key moment, and Hodge, unfortunate own goal. So those kind of things do happen. I think, like you said, the mental fortitude needs to be rock solid coming in from shooters, because right now they're facing a 3-0 domination, a 3-0 sweep. Not the best way to go after putting up a great stand performance, and their run was not too bad throughout the duration of this tournament for Redirect as well. Monthly number 7 coming in here. So overall, I think the players are finally ready. They can join in the meantime. But I think shooters, they're really going to have to go back to the drawing board for the final game here. And I mean final game because this is their last opportunity. Bigger right now as the kickoff timer does finally end. And the kickoff is a go.
Well, like you said, last chance for shooters to make something happen. Reverse sweeps are hard, but we've seen them happen before. This is my first time casting for this channel, so I'm not going to say we've seen them here, but I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. We know these teams at this level, you know, we're into the quarterfinals. They are very good, but look at that. They're very good on the offense, but they're also very good on the defense. And still it doesn't go in now. Finally, Hodge is going to recover from that own goal. That was a series of events that really had me believing Tyrone were invincible, immortal, some sort of divine protection, because the ball just wouldn't go into their net.
No, not at all. It's just, I don't know if you ever watched God hand every single time, blocking every single shot. And what a shot that was. Finally, Hodge able to capitalize on the opportunity presented to him, and he's able to make a goal that undoes the ramifications of the last game in Forbidden Temple. So he's kind of had his heroic moments. He's had his unfortunate moments. This man is just there, being the best he can, putting up the best show as possible. You know, he said, I may score own goals. I could score own goals. I could score in the opponent's net, whatever position you want me in, I'll do so here. But that's going to be a fantastic redirect attempt coming in from Dimmy. Shot saved, though. JR finding his teammate in the middle, but sadly it's going to go into the hands of Berserk, who's turned from the Octane to the Fennec here. I guess he doesn't feel too comfortable. Serve going to remain in the Octane, though, going for a flip reset, double tap in the form of Berserk. It's going to be finding it there, and it's going to find itself in the back of the net, 2-0. And this team, shooters, are back and sending goals in the back of the orange net this time.
And it's not only the first lead that shooters have had in the entire series, it's the first cushion, the 2-0 cushion that I like to talk about that we've seen from them in the entirety of the series. And now they could have gotten a kickoff goal, but fortunately Dimmy is going to get the demo. Gyre can't quite get it on target. Will this be a goal for Tyrone? No, put away by Berserk. They already have 3 saves, but now Dimmy is finally going to get that retribution, and they're going to bring it within 1 once again with 3 minutes and a half and some change to go.
Yep, there's a lot of chances. The night is far too young for this game to call it over and give it a favor from the hands of shooters here, because Tyrone, as we said before, and we'll say it again, their defense is their best offense. They can make that shield look like a sword, and a sharp shield for a sharp sword at the same time. They are a very, very well-balanced team. Shooters, though, they have a lot to speak for. They've had their spotlight moment now with at least 1 insurance goal. They can... you know, that was gone, and suddenly their lead has been cut into a half. Hodge looking for a flip reset, a double tap, something to put in the back of the orange net, but struggling there. Berserk going to be lending a hand, looking for his teammate, getting for a shot here, but it seems they're going to be doing none of that at all. In the meantime, Berserk with the ball on top of his hood, demoed by Berserk there himself. Hodge, once again, looking for the demos. They're going to be re-enabling their tactic from the first game, and it nearly wasn't the undoing of them, as Dimmy was maybe going to do a great shot, but just bounced off the woodwork there and bounced out instead. Serve now. Open that opportunity. Dimmy with some more tech issues, it seems. Open that opportunity. Berserk, double tap. It just misses up the woodwork. Once again, the post brings it out. Forget everybody. Forget both sides. It's the woodwork that is the best defender of tonight.
We've seen it now for both teams. They have been denied time and time again by the woodwork. Like you said, the crossbar, the post, it doesn't matter. The ball just won't go in. And now Tyrone are having to deal with the disconnected issues of Dimmy, who is finally going to exit the lobby now. But still, Gyre wants to keep it going. Hodge with the save. And now it is once again the numbers advantage. Will this turn into a goal for shooters? Not quite. Gyre is there for the stop. Dimmy is back into the lobby, and what a time to respawn, but the bomb is going to be too good. And serve makes good on that advantage. 3-1 for shooters.
3-2-1. What a shot that is for serve. Served up on a silver platter. I'm going to continue to make that joke whenever I see Surf looking for goals here. But that's a great shot coming in for them. They take a 2-goal lead, and they get once again they're back up with that insurance goal moment for themselves. Jerry going to be looking to decrease the Surf. A psycho attempt, and he gets it there beautifully. As well, at the same time, passing to Berserk back into Hodge. Hodge with a goal! One of the greatest three-man passing plays we've seen all night in the first game as well. What a series. Berserk from his teammate down to Hodge, and an open net coming in. But we have to say, it has come in from a lot of issues coming in from Dimmy on the side of Tyrone. They are facing a lot of issues coming in right now. Will they be able to fix it? I don't know, but it's happening within regulation. And we cannot control these things, especially Tyrone, though. They still have 2 series above against their opponents and the shooters here. So even if they do lose this game, it will be a slight hit in the possible winning, sweeping away their opponents. But overall, I think that if they manage to fix it up in the next 5 minutes, they should be fine. Another opportunity. They beat them on the 50. Dimmy coming back with another goal on 0 boost.
That's probably the best triple commit that I have ever seen. You could see all 3 Tyrone players on top of each other, but that is exactly what they needed to do. There were no players. There was a singular shooters player that was on the goal line. All the rest were just flying away. They just needed to tap the ball in. No matter how they hit it, it was going to be a goal, and it ended up being so. But in the previous play, that passing play that you mentioned, we saw exactly what shooters are capable of, and of course, like you said, it has been a series even riddled with issues for Tyrone. But in the first game of the series, in game 1, before, that super defensive performance from Tyrone, we saw exactly what shooters are capable of. Pound for pound, their offensive play is better than Tyrone's. Tyrone have just been a more consistent team on the defense. They've just been solid overall. But now that shooters are catching up, you see Hodge leading the way with goals, with assists, with saves, with shots, with demos, everything being done by this player. Shooters are now making good on that offensive advantage, if you will, that they have. And as we go into the last 30 seconds of game number 3, I wouldn't be surprised if this game went the way of shooters. Very valiant efforts from Tyrone to get those 2 goals to prevent the count from racking up, but unfortunately, it's just not been possible for them with the way things have been going outside of the game.
Exactly. They've tried their best, and you have to commend that effort, but sometimes a loss is a loss, and this time they're going to be facing the loss there. It will be bittersweet. They came in, they tried their best, but sadly this is the one time they come back, and that was going to be amazing. Own goal redirect coming in from Dimmy. He's been a fantastic player. But let's talk about Hodge for a second there. No bias, but overall, Hodge, like you said, well-rounded, fantastic player. And he's been aiding his teammates the best when it comes down to the demos, opening up a lot of the opportunities for his teammates. And the passing plays and the shooting, a lot more improved as the games have gone by. So he's aged like fine wine overall. Tyrone, though, like you said, their consistency is the one thing that they actually have an advantage over shooters from. So this is a battle from, one shining moment versus a consistent team here. So I think it's gonna take a lot more for Tyrone to lie dead at this moment against their opponent shooters, even if they do get 1 series back here. So this game still in the series elation, 2-1 though, so a bit of a more respectable ending coming in for shooters if they do lose. But overall, I don't think they're over just yet. It just go to show that they said, not over, not just yet. They still have more to show here, especially after their last 2 games. So I'm kind of excited to see how well it works out. But Tyrone, though, if they manage to lock down on those internet issues, I think there will be a formidable team to be seeing as this game goes by.
And speaking of shooters, we're still we have a caster scores even outside of gameplay. I was gonna say we're still looking at that scoreboard. We're not looking at the scoreboard anymore, so I don't really remember exactly what it looked like. But I know Berserk had 6 shots, and all the players had at least 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 save, and 1 shot. And I think that just goes to show how well shooters responded to the issues that plagued them in the first 2 games, how well they responded to not being able to score at all in game 1, and how well they responded to that own goal that Hodge scored on his own net in game 2. Now the question is here in game 4, this is, I'd say, on average where most things end. In best of 5 series, you on average ended game 4. On best of 7, usually go to game 5 or 6 most of the times. But this is going to be very interesting, right? Because Tyrone, okay, they won the first 2, now they have their down game, and if this were a traditional series, this is kind of where they come back, they win it, they close it out, 3-1, it's a-okay. But the internet issues that have been plaguing Dimmy, and just the resurgence of shooters overall, they have been playing much better, might hint at the possibility that we could see Champions Field, we could see a game 5 here. I don't really know what's going to happen. I believe we had Dimmy trying to log into Epic Games instead of Steam to, maybe try to solve those connection issues. But there was some talks about input lag and there. It's all very unfortunate, but we know the game just sometimes acts up. Sometimes it's not even the game. Sometimes it's just one's computer just refuses to cooperate. I mean, who hasn't had those moments where you're just it's so mad, and the computer is just like, yep, loading, my boss, and then it never loads. You hate to see it, but sometimes happens. I would hate it though if it happened in the middle of the tournament that you're playing for actual money.
Exactly, especially now in the current circumstance, you kind of you kind of want to feel like you want to throw your computer out the room at that point, out the window, just chuck it away because it's being useless to you as of that point. But I don't think it's over right now. I think they still have a lot to speak for Tyrone here, and they are loading up in just a minute or 2, so we're going to be kind of excited to see whenever that possibility does arise from the side of Tyrone, especially Dimmy here. So we're going to have to see how long it takes. But in the meantime, great performances. I've been quite well enjoying both of these teams, and I don't think we could have started off on the best, on the more wrong foot. I think overall this is the best foot forward here right off the bat. We've seen some great performances, we've seen some great goals, and finally we've seen Dimmy finally joining as well at the same time. So he couldn't have come back at a better time. But overall, final opportunity. One more game, and like you said, a possibility of Champions Field right before us. Will it happen or will it not? We're gonna have to see. After this kickoff begins what could possibly be the final game, as it's gonna be Jair with Zerk, a double team passing play after a fake flick coming in from the side of Tyrone.
Yeah, I would have been very surprised if that didn't end up going in. The flick was monstrous by Jair, and it was just barely out. The rebound was good, though. If that goes anywhere else, if it hits the backboard only slightly more, that goes completely out of sorts, and it doesn't end up being a goal. So a little bit of luck involved for Tyrone, but exactly the thing that they needed to start off Game 4 here. They have the lead once again. The demos, though, coming in hot from Hotch once again, trying to put shooters into the backpack, trying to carry as hard as he can. He wasn't statistically the MVP of Game 2 because Berserk had 6 shots just by himself, but he was very well the best player for that blue squad. Now he's trying to do it once again. He's trying to send it to Champions Field, like we said, try to set up that reverse sweep, that oh-so legendary Game 5 where anything can happen, but he's gonna have to do it with the help of his teammates because a 1 versus 3 is just not possible at this high of a level.
Yeah, it won't be possible, but right now it's going to be Dimmy off the back. Zerk, though, after that save from Hodge on the board there, an opportunity breaks away. They're still in the lead by 1, but Hodge, more and more demos arise, especially there. The opportunity opens up, but get blocked by Jair on the respawn. Zerk now with a pass play down to his teammate. A fake flick, and it goes over the last man. That is genius. Coming in from the side of Tyrone. They got a demo, and then they open up perfectly. And then that fake little soft touch. Oh my god, some great redirect of velocity from Jair, and Tyrone take the lead and are kind of running away with the first half of this game here with 3 minutes seconds left on the timer there, Addy.
Oh, this is just like real football, right? Where, you're always going to enjoy an individual massive dribbling play or a clanger from, 20 meters out, but just those soft, delicate plays, the ones where you can really see the quality of a player, that's exactly what Jair did here. And I honestly think there's nothing more beautiful than that. Maybe a good passing play can top it, but really it is one of the best things that you can see in a game, and we just saw it from the side of Tyrone. Berserk, though, bringing it back within 1, so staying afloat for shooters.
They're still alive serve with a perfect pass off the backboard. I think they struggled at that point, didn't know how to think more than likely most of the players didn't have the most adequate amount of boost in the tank left to be able to make that shot and clear the way into the corner. So an opportunity that arose quite likely from the perfect setup at the most perfect time as well for Berserk to capitalize on that opportunity presented to them. Great shot, but Berserk, great breakaway, stop that ball in the midfield. Zerk now going to keep it there for Hodge, who's going to be to keep that ball away from possession of the opposite side here. They cut down the lead by half though, so the game's not over just yet, but it's going to be Zerk regaining that 2-goal lead back up once again. And what a shot this was. Set up from Dimmy, up to Jair, off the backboard, and Serve struggling to make that play off the backboard. There was Zerk capitalizing on the opportunity presented to 1-3. Less than half the game left here.
Yeah, and you can see if you open up the scoreboard, oftentimes Dimmy has those dreaded red connection indicators, and I'm saying, hey buddy, you're not doing exactly great, but as long as he's not out of the lobby, as long as he gets to play properly, Tyrone have been looking like a better team all series long. The only times where they haven't have been when Dimmy has had those really severe disconnection issues, and this third goal really showcased what they're capable of. Once again, the lead is 2 for them. They have that cushion. Maybe they could expand it to 3 if things keep going their way. And as we're going to the last 120 seconds here of Game 4, could be the last 2 minutes very well of the entire series. It could see Tyrone advancing to the semifinals with what I would say in terms of, I don't know, gameplay may not be an upset, but in terms of seeding, definitely will be one.
Oh yes, exactly. Coming in from such a position like that and then putting up a masterclass performance like this, it just goes to show that sometimes the seeding may not be the most accurate form of information. Sometimes on that specific day, on one specific day, a team could put up a fantastic gameplay and overall really shake up the opinions of who are viewing it right there, and it's going to be Dimmy. Fantastic setup, and they've expanded that goal-scoring lead for themselves, setting themselves for the future win and solidifying it as well. At the same time, they're cemented it that the victory stage will be ready and for them at the end of the day. 1 minute 32 seconds left here. 4-1. 3-goal lead, and that's going to be an easy, big call, a Mount Everest size call here from the side of shooters we've seen them in Game 2, we've seen them in Game 1, we've seen them try their best, and sometimes, so just trying your best will not be that is enough here. Overall, great performance. They tried their best in the final game, but just their hearts were into it. They couldn't do it, and overall, I think they're all out of mercy here, Tyrone. They just said it's all over. You know what? We've already lost the series. This was fair, finalize it here, right now in this game in Utopia Coliseum. 1 minute left of this gameplay. We're going to see Tyrone win it all away.
And it's the exact same issue that we said in Game 1. You see those shots, 6 apiece, 6 for each team. Shooters have shot 6 times, they've scored 1. Tyrone have shot 6 times, they've scored 4. Maybe they will find something else here, but shooters just have been unable to put the ball in the net, and that is exactly what Tyrone have been doing all throughout the day. They're going to get their 5th. This is completely out of reach for shooters unless we see a miracle. Dimmy finally gets his assist. We're going to get that beautiful scoreboard once again where everyone has 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 save, 1 shot at the very least. And honestly, you just got to give it to Tyrone. They are looking fantastic, and I wouldn't be afraid to call them tournament favorites. I don't want to call them tournament favorites because we aren't able to see the other games that have been going on, but definitely a good contender to win it all. Now Jair just going for the individual plays, flanked by Zerg, by Dimmy. They don't care about the defense anymore. They're all on the blue side. They're going to close it out here in the final 10 seconds, and props to them. They deserve it. They battled through those connection issues, and now they're going to progress onto the semifinals.
Yep, they're going to be progressing on. They've left the lobby early. All over, and what a game-winning Tyrone. I think, as you said, a solid team. They played their hearts out, though the other side did also try their best. Shooters just didn't have in it to themselves tonight to take it away against Tyrone. Just far more consistent Tyrone there. We talk about and praise their consistency so much at this point that I think the viewers are going to get kind of sick of it. But Tyrone, though, I think at that point you have to show that sometimes it's not the masterclass about mechanics or your play style or something. Sometimes it can just be about consistency. And that can sometimes overall just completely outshine a lot of the opponents that you do face off And I love to see this performance, and I hope to see Tyrone progress forward a lot better than we've seen them right now. A lot more to see from them. I don't think they're over just yet within the run of this tournament, but we've got some more games up ahead at the same time as well. There, at Gator, we got some great teams up ahead, and we're gonna be watching Icehorde versus Pepe's Piri. So it's gonna be PPP. For the next quarterfinals here. It's also going to be a best of 5 as well. And then after that, we're going to be moving on to some sweet semifinal moment gameplay there as well at the same time. But in the meantime, we're going to be moving on over to a quick little break. Thank you very much for the viewership. Thank you all. Much love for the viewers. And we'll see you soon for some more Rocket League. Don't go anywhere. Go get some snacks. Go to the toilet. Do whatever you want. But see you soon for some more Rocket League content.
you, I do need you. Oh, I love you, I do need you.
Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the Reader 7 for the 3v3 tournament. £100. Right now, we're going to continue our tournament tonight. And the duration, we've seen some great series, we've seen some great games. Previous one really set the theme for this tournament. We've got some high-class teams in here right now. But before we talk about the teams, let's talk about who's in the booth. It's me, your boy Ground Zero here, and we're in the booth with my boy Gator. Welcome in, bro. Amazing games we see from last one.
Yeah, that was a series for the ages. We had our issues halfway through, but we ended up pushing through, and it was absolutely fantastic. We got to witness greatness from both teams, but it ended up being Tyrone that prevailed over Shooters in a 3-1 victory. Now, on the rest of the bracket, on the top side of the bracket, we had Coldest Ballers, number 8 seed, defeat number 17 FRE 3-0, a quick sweep. On the lower side of the bracket, we're going to be focusing. Now we have the semifinals. Icehorde, number 10 seed against Pepe's Piri, number 6 seed. Where they came from, Icehorde defeated Cleanup Crew 3-1 in an upset over the number 2 seed. Pepe's Piri still winning with a higher seed. They defeated Brave Esports in a 3-0 sweep. Pepe's Piri, again, as a number 6 seed, got a first round bye in the brackets. Icehorde didn't, but they've won all their games 2-0 from here on out. And now they're going at each other for a shot in the finals against the winner of Coldest Ballers versus Tyrone. But we don't know yet who is going to be there, and we have to determine who is going to be joining them here in this series. Icehorde is going to be in the blue, Pepe's Piri is going to be in the orange, and Ground Zero, my friend, I think we're going to see a banger of a series again.
Oh, I definitely agree. It's a 19-13 2K team. So one might say that the stark difference in it might not be too bad, but there is quite the experience level that separates a 1900 versus a 2K. But I have seen some major upsets happen from lower ranked teams here. We've seen us upset from a lower seeded team here in comparison. So I'm not too. I wouldn't call myself surprised if something shocking. But overall, we're going to see if it really does occur. I believe we're still waiting for the players from the other side, from the opposing side, to still join us. So might possibly be a issue there on that part whilst we wait. But let's talk about the teams overall. We got Timur, Clue, and Crow. Already seems to be some people. You know, they got their fanboys, they got their cheerleaders in the Twitch chat right now, and we got some great viewers in for tonight as well. There, Gator.
We've got a lot of people cheering for their favorite teams. It's really weird because I do think the players might be in the lobby. It's just not appearing. Rocket League is kind of being funky. Let's see if everyone is here. But yeah, like you said, everyone cheering in Twitch chat. I always say, you know, when I'm doing team streams for my university, I always say go cheer for them. Because they can feel you cheering in Twitch chat. You know, there's no scientific backing for that, of course, but I don't know, something tells me that cheering in Twitch chat for your team makes them actually play better. Everyone is in the lobby, so we will have the players right up. Timber, Clue, and Crow for Icehorde in the blue. Pepe's Piri is going to be Risen, Daze, and V, and they're going at it already in game number 1. V with the shot, Clue with the save.
That's the save here. Into the ground, down middle, set up for Timur off the side wall. Redirect as well at the same time, but he gets a great double tap opportunity, but blocked there once again. The pressure still remains for the side of Pepe's Piri here. They're going to be trying their best to face forth and see how well they can block it. We've seen some great defending. We've seen some great offense from the last one. Will that remain in the duration of this one? You know, they're high-level SSLs here. I think we're going to be in for a very interesting game. And right off the bat, it's going to be Timur from Icehorde. Ice cold starting off the first shot, and they get the first goal here. From a mistake happening from Daze himself, attempting the Psycho, setting up the opponent instead, it seems.
Not exactly the best thing that you want to see to start off a series. A goal, you know, some 25 seconds remaining in the first minute, but now the Demo's Days trying to get some retribution, maybe. And I love how in the previous lobby we didn't have many, you know, flashy player titles. In here we have 2 SSL tournament winners, 2 SSL titles, 1 Vintage Season 13 Grand Champion title. Risen is the only one without a title in the lobby. You know, you can tell these players have different personalities because I think having a title like that, I don't want to call it ego, but you certainly take a bit more extra pride. And, you know, that actually does end up playing into how these players behave inside the lobby. And you can see they're out for blood. This is exactly how they got up to that high rank. And this is exactly how they want to go into the semifinals. A team double tap, if you will, with the assist from Crow into the goal from Clue. And the cushion is there now for Icehorde.
Yes, they've already got that block set up in front of them there. A demo occurring on Timur. It seems from the zone off the kickoff as well. Crow off the side, well set up to his teammate Clue. I think he's going to be the player to watch out for, especially right now with their performance. Icehorde, though, this is a team that looks very well experienced as well, their Gator, because they've got that 3-man pass. But individualistically, we've seen them already pop off as well. Crow, though, he seems to be the glue that's holding them together. Always look at the teammates, always look at the pass plays. Doesn't matter what, doesn't matter where. This man's always trying to set up something. Team, we're getting another demo on him, on his character. Rizzo looking for a pass play. They're fighting on and get it in. B getting the first goal and slicing that lead in half there against their opponent's Icehorde. Pepe's Piri finally making a slight comeback here.
Beautiful infield pass. I don't know if it was Clue or Crow. I believe they were both sporting the same exact car. They just didn't have enough boost to go up for that ball, and that allowed Pepe's Piri to go for it. Now the team bump! No, sorry, the bump on the goal line. It was a bump nonetheless. Beautiful offensive play right here from Pepe's Piri. It's going to be Risen to bring it to a tie, and that was 2 very fast goals.
Very, very fast goals, swiftly taking the equilibrium as well at the same time. Sides, they said, you know what, if you could score 2 goals, we're going to make sure to for you. And ruin it they did. Shattered that lead in half. It's gone to pieces here from the side of team Icehorde. I think they're going to be looking to come back now. They might be finding an opening as we speak. Crow just missing the shot. V fakes out to Rizun. Rizun down into Daze. Daze now. There's no boost, so he had to get a very, very heavy touch that would set up Timur there, who's going to be throwing it down to the corner. Crew make sure that block aids for a possible setup to Crow. Crow, though, and Daze both missing the ball. A struggling moment for their side as Pepe's piri won't be able to make that defensive play, and Crow sending it right underneath the goalie's body there in the back of the net for their leading goal at the same time.
Unfortunate mistake from Risen on the defense. We saw a sequence that had many mistakes from several players from both teams, so you can't really say it was an outplay or a big mistake from one or the other. Just a series of unfortunate events, if you will. And now it is once again the lead for Pepe's piri, but Dace misses the ball, instead goes for the bum. It could have been an equalizer, but it wasn't. And now the ball is going once again into the orange half, defended by Risen, already his 3rd save of the game. No one else in the entire lobby has as many. No one in the lobby has more than 1. He has all the saves for his team, and also a goal and an assist. Really trying to be that front man for the team. Shot goes wide for Clue, though, as we go into the last 100 seconds here in game number 1. It is Icehorde with the tiniest of margins to keep the lead.
It's a tiny margin for sure. Not the hardest. We've seen team piri there come back even after 2 goal gaps, so they laugh in the face of a 1 lead here. It's not a mountainous effort from their side. They're going to be trying their best, but it looks like they're kind of struggling. They kind of put their back foot there, it seems, taking the gas off the pedal a little bit. They're going to have to recall that back, that energy they need to win this, because Timur and his defense right now is starting to become slightly a bit of a thorn in their side as the game has been progressing. An opportunity, a breakaway, but it's going to be reversed, regaining control and possession at the same time. Team Icehorde there, still remaining in possession of the ball. V set up there off the ceiling, just about past it right behind that opponent, and Blue now and go left in defense. Stays where they find a team in the middle. Now it's going to be pinched off for Zoom, making that blockage at the midfield, though. Fantastic blockage at the same time. You got to give credit for their defensive opportunities, because although they couldn't, some great opportunities on the goal line, they have been able to make some great plays in the midfield. That midfield control might help them in the long run, but they're going to need to bring up results right here, right now. A shattering of the ankles coming in from Days on that dribble, but not enough yet to pierce past that defense of Team Icehorde. They still remain in control with 1 goal lead here, 15 seconds left, and right now it's a bit too close to call, it seems there, Gator.
And it feels like this series is very similar to the previous one that we had in terms of how close these 2 teams are. We wouldn't be surprised if it went to game 4 or game 5. One last attempt almost there by the side of Pepe's piri, but denied by Timur, who's also going to be the team MVP here. Bit of a silent game, but 1 goal, 1 assist, 3 saves to lead the way, and 1 shot as well. 100% accuracy on that shooting is something that you could really want to see from a player. But as I was saying, it feels similar to the previous series in terms of how far it's going to go. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we went to 4 or even 5. But at the same time, it's so much scrappier. Shooters and Tyrone, they were both so clean with it. The team play, the passes, the shooting, the individual plays, everything was perfect to the smallest millimeter. In this game, we've seen everything. We've seen demos, we've seen bumps, we've seen whiffs, we've seen it all, I'd say. And yet, it is somehow exactly the same as before. The more things change, the more they stay the same. This is the feeling that I'm getting as opposed to the previous series that we casted, and I think that's the beauty of Rocket League, that you get to experience many, many different games, but at the end of the day, it's just great action overall, isn't it?
It truly is some great action. I'm quite liking the way it's being played out, Ryan. But as you said, it is just that slight bit scrappier. But I think it kind of adds to the overall gameplay. It kind of shows somewhat of a story here that this, it won't be easy. First games are never easy, though. and they always develop onward, especially now in Forbidden Temple. There's a lot to call for here, especially for themselves, and they're just going to be waiting for the players to join the lobby in the meantime. Excited to see how well this game progresses. Will they finally sharpen their overall playstyle? Will they set themselves up for heroic moments, or will it be a final showing, a final breath here, like we saw team the proper team there from previous on shooters struggling so hard to keep themselves alive in the spotlight, but it was all over soon enough after a 3-1 defeat there. So will it follow along the same line? That's up to show. It's still yet to be seen right now. But overall, I have to say the offensive pressure and the rotation coming in from the side of Team Icehorde, though, that's a scary, very, very, very scary thing to see.
Yeah, and I believe we're waiting on just one player. That would be Crow from Icehorde. Hopefully we won't have connection issues again. Fingers crossed. It's probably the worst thing that you want to see in a series. But as we saw with the previous one, still very entertaining, even if those things happen. So we're not going to get into that. But yeah, like you mentioned, Icehorde looking like a good offensive team in the previous game. But Pepe's piri not looking too bad either. I just think, like we said, it was very scrappy. We're going to need to see both sides clean up their gameplay if they want to gain a clear-cut advantage over their opponents. I'm looking at Pepe's piri especially because they missed a couple opportunities on the defense that ended up being goals for Icehorde. They didn't do too badly in the offense. They had demos, they had bumps, they had that one big whiff from, I don't know if it was, I think it was Days that ended up going for the bump instead of for the ball. They really overshot it up in the air when the net was kind of open, so maybe they had scored that one. They could have sent it to overtime. It's a lot of ifs and buts and, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But at the end of the day, it was Icehorde that came out with a victory in Game 1. We're still waiting on one player, and it's starting to worry me now. I don't know if we've had any forfeits throughout the tournament, but, we're no strangers to forfeit because of connection. Never mind. As soon as I say, look at that, Kessler's curse, but Kessler's blessing, meaning we had the player immediately join the lobby. So here we go, Game 2.
I think our patience has won us out this. We are so lucky to see the players come in, and I'm kind of excited now, especially Crow and Clue are immediately kind of some of my favorite players with their playstyle. They're very efficient with what they do. That's a silly pitch though coming in from Rizun, but an equally better save from Team. We're looking to set up his team in the middle. Blockage coming in. Days just fast as the ball, and Days was one of the more, I wouldn't say disappointing, just not the most expected player that I was hoping to see here. And what a goal from Days right off the bat! Oh my god, what a performance. A passing from V down to Days, and he gets it in with a pitch on Crow, and an tragedy in the first 30 seconds coming in from the side of Team Piri.
There you go. He heard that you were talking smack about him, and now he wanted to prove you wrong, leading the way now for Pepe's piri. They gained the lead like they did in Game 1, so maybe this is a good sign for them. They're going to need that confidence. Like we said, the mental game is so important. If they manage to tie it up here, they guarantee a Game 4 at the very least. They're going to put themselves in a great position. Otherwise, they're going to have to reverse sweep, and, I can talk as much about it as I want as I can, but we all know just how hard it is, right? We don't need to explain why a reverse sweep, why taking it to Champions Field all the way and then winning there is one of the hardest things to do in the entirety of Rocket League, especially when you're under pressure to progress onto the next round. We're seeing some defensive rotations being a bit questionable, I dare say, from the side of Pepe's piri, but those demos to deny the attacker's positioning are going to be in plays. Whiffs on the backboard, though. The ball is being kept out, but it's spending a lot of time here in the orange half. Now Daze is going to be the one in charge to take it all the way, but no boost to keep going on that play.
No boost at all. I think that's what sometimes when you come violent cycle rotating every now and then between your half alone, it kind of reduces the environmental, and also decreases kind of resources that are available to you in your half. especially specifically pads here. So luckily enough, I think they have to count their lucky stars here. Pepe's period. They've been able to reclaim that pressure and put it to use and finally make a breakaway. Now they're looking to aim it in front of their opponents instead of passing coming in. Another opportunity for Brazil up to the top, and now Days left all alone to make that last breakaway save. And oh my God, Crow just missed an open net hit off the post. A very deafening silence rings out from the side of this lobby here as Timur and Crow has one of the best passing plays I've seen in a very long time. The setup, though, the execution in the final moment, questionable. So, see, will it hold out here? Will the mental health and well-being of Icehorde still remain? Do they still have ice in their veins? Because they're going to need to call upon it here. In the meantime, Crew making that save off the backboard. V getting a pass play set up to him, but Crow blockage. Away it goes. It flies away to the first half once more for them to feel the heat as they make that save all the way back up into the blue half. Days making it all alone with V. Setting up for a pass a bit down to Razulik for a shot. Just missed off the post, so lucky moment for Timura in defense as well. He looked like he was struggling to a lack of boost available in the tank. Another double tap opportunity. Day! He's reclaiming the justice deserved and a lot more credit from the last game, where otherwise he had 90 points, and now this man leading the charge with 2 goals to his name. He's 2 for 2 here, Gator.
Very good individual play. Very similar as well in the setup to the first one, but very different in the execution. The first one had lots of rebounds, post, crossbar, I don't know, maybe some defensive tapping as well. This one was all pure quality, pure class from Days. He just puts it up, the double tap for himself, puts it over the defender. Nothing really that you can do if you are defending that one. You just sit there and clap and say, what a goal, let's get it back. Now it's a 2-0 cushion as we go into the last 90 seconds and some change here in game 2. As we were talking at the beginning, this is the one that Pepe's Piri needed to get back, and they are in the driver's seat to do that. But you can never count out Icehorde, because like you said, we've seen some great passing plays, some great team plays from them, and as soon as they can clean up those defenders in the orange goal, they're going to have open nets, and they're going to be shooting it there all day long. The question is, are they going to be able to do it in the last few beats of this game number 2? There's the demo in favor, though, of Pepe's Piri, I believe it was, and the shot had to be denied. They spent a long time boxed in their own half, have Icehorde, and that has hurt their chances to win here in game number 2.
Now a backboard play from V. Blocked there by Crow. Down middle setup. It's going to be Days with the blockage himself. Clue off the side wall once more for a play here. Looking to build something, an opportunity, maybe something, a goal here to lift their morale as they continue on in the third game in DFH Stadium for that one. Crow finally just cutting corners, making that jump away from the demo attempt, and now Timur still aiding his teammate. I think he's been a fantastic player overall. I think one of the best setups here by Clue and Crow. They've just been struggling with the follow-ups every single time. I haven't really seen as much physicality from them, and I think that's where they fell short. That's what pushed them so well open and gave them so many good opportunities that they executed goals upon from the previous game in Manfield night as well. This one, I think they try to change it up, the tactics perhaps, especially with Crow's internet issues that caused them a late appearance here. And it's going to be a late appearance, but a fantastic rise into the spotlight from Pepe's Piri, where they win their first series and they tied up against their opponents.
Yeah, and a great performance. We've been saying it all throughout. From Days, really finding redemption from that unfortunate game number 1. You know, I believe he said not breaking the 100-point barrier. I didn't quite get to see it, but still, exactly what you wanted to see from Pepe's Piri. They completely shut out Icehorde 5 minutes without scoring. It could snowball soon into more, but really it doesn't feel that far apart, right? It was only 2 goals and barely so. It was just a lot of offensive pressure in the first half from Pepe's Piri, but they didn't convert into anything more than a singular goal. And then in the second half, kind of where the play stabilized a bit more, they found another one. I'm going to be looking very, very closely at Icehorde to see what they are able to do to bring it back, because like I said, it feels like they're this close. They're so close. They're almost there, but they're just unable to find it. And it doesn't really matter how close you are at the end of the day. If you're not able to find it, you're not able to win. And if you're not able to win, you're not going to keep going into the latter rounds of the tournament, especially when you're this close to the end. One more series, you're in the finals, 2 more series wins, and you are crowned the champion. You take home the big prize pool, the lion's share of that money. It just feels so close yet so far.
Yeah, it's so close yet so far. You couldn't have worded that better there, Gator. They're always following the footsteps of a possible win every single time, but they just never were able to open that door and click on that light for a beautiful, spotlight win here. But maybe, who knows, maybe they might shine brighter, but they won't if they're Razun in the background, going to be able to demo and open up a shot opportunity where he misses V. Another redirect off the backboard it goes. It's going to be a possible opportunity for a save, though. Timur making that blockage from the ball away, and Razun getting a solid touch, but nonetheless demoed by Timur himself. Which is set up his teammate off the backboard. V making that return back. Play himself, Clue, corner. Beat out, off the backboard it goes. Clue just in time for a well-positioned save, aiding his teammate. Timur off the squishy save, getting that block, throwing the ball away, right back into the corner, all the way into the orange half. It goes off of the final player here, but Timur making that miss off the backboard. It seems a bit of a struggle. I think he was going far too fast for his own liking, so he couldn't really get a solid touch at all. Into the corner for Crow for a possible middle setup play here. And an open net still was there for a second or two, but it's being defended well now. Oh my god, what a play, an opportunity. V, will he find it? No, it's going to be Crow. Right back into the corner. So a very awkward sequence of events. Both sides are now kind of taking the humble route and taking their time, it seems, just trying to test each other out once more. And I do have to agree with you, because now once you're on an even footing series-wise, you cannot be making any hasty mistakes here. With only 3 minutes, 31 seconds left, both sides are still 0-0.
Yeah, and it could have been already 1-0 for Pepe's piri. I keep thinking about that V shot that went just wide. It was not fully an open net, and I really understand why he did what he did, because there was a respawning player on the other side. Now they're going to get redemption for it. I was going to say, I know they put it into the far end of the net just to prevent the save from being made, but they overcooked it a little bit. They threw it out, and that kind of goal, missed goal, if you will, is the one that comes back to hurt you. Fortunately for V, they're able to get that retribution one. Beautiful aerial play to tap it in, so I guess they cancel out. It is all right for Pepe's piri as they lead with 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, a lead here now. And it's a mistake that they capitalized on against their opponents here. Passing been coming in, V with 0 boost, so not the best opportunity. He's going to be able to cook up. Bar, down it goes. Timur with save. Oh, that was cutting it far too close. I was literally on the edge of my seat there for a second there. V now with a dribble, making a blockage. No, none of the 2 players in the background were able to make that save. Crow and Clue, I believe. No, actually, Timur and Crow there. We're not able to stop that behemoth of a play here on the dribble from V. 2-0, and now suddenly they've shifted a gear here. There's something that's clicked in from the side of Pepe's piri, and they've gotten spicy with the shots, and it's kind of terrifying me out how efficient this team is right now. They went from losing the series, now they're suddenly taking the game away here. They're sending it. Days overall, the team have risen in defense, and V with the offense. Suddenly they switch roles, and I think this unpredictability factor is making it so much more difficult for an organized team like Icehorde to just kind of make a breakaway and set up even one opportunity, give themselves maybe possible hope here. There's just nothing. It's just dim from their side as of now.
And we had in that previous goal, once again, a case of you should have scored that, and then they get redemption. It was a bit more instant. It was V once again with a soft touch to pull out the defense. Now Risen is going to find the open net. Finally, Pepe's piri are able to score a goal without having missed a glaring opportunity before, and the 3-0 lead with 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go is going to be very, very good for them. But this game could have very easily been 5-0. Well, I guess it wouldn't have been. It would have been a 3-0 still, because they would have scored the previous opportunities before scoring again. But still, it feels like Pepe's piri have missed opportunities they definitely should have had. I mean, they have 10 shots and only 3 goals. No shots, though, for Icehorde, and that means they were being shut out pretty efficiently by a defense that we hadn't seen much of before. But now we're seeing the best defense is a great offense. Completely the opposite case of Tyrone, but hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah, it works. Sometimes you just got to use to you, and like you said, If it's getting you the wins, why really question it at that point? And right now, impossible play. Clue missing up touch. Days in the midfield kind of freaked out the side of team Pepe Icehorde there. Suddenly, their ice cold plays have melted away, and the ice caps have revealed a very shaky team. From the first performance, they got the pass plays. Now they're just struggling to even get past their own half right now. Another block into the midfield. V and Days have been leading the charge with the offense. They're like Spartans. They're just too strong, and they've been hitting the gym at the same time. You saw how only V was needed. One player was needed to decimate the defense coming in from the side of Icehorde here. And they're melting at the seams. They just haven't been able to cook up anything here. Even one goal would give somewhat boost up their morale, but we've seen nothing. Maybe perhaps in Utopia Coliseum we might see a revival, but right now it kind of feels like they're kind of feeling shut out from all the plays that they would have been otherwise capable of here. 3-0 though, and I think it's a very respectable ending coming from the side of Team Pepe's Piri, nonetheless.
And even then, in the previous opportunity that we saw that Icehorde had, that 2 versus 1, the demo play, even then, the defense stood strong. They were able to do what they couldn't before and completely shut out Icehorde, who are now, I believe, on 0 goals in the past soon to be 10 minutes if they're not able to score here. Beautiful prolongation from Days, just doesn't find the target. The save is made, and as soon as the ball drops, we will have the series point. Almost there to advance into the finals. One more goal. No, it's not going to be there, or maybe it is. The ball doesn't drop, but it will be no goals, it looks like, for Icehorde. Maybe some caster skirts coming in here. No, Risen is going to drop it. There it is. 10 straight minutes without a goal does not bode well for Icehorde. We're not gonna keep there in that meaningless stat when we can clearly see on the field that Pepe's Piri are being the superior team. You don't need me to tell you, oh yeah, they haven't scored in this or that much time. Oh, they don't have any goals or any assists. Obviously they don't. They have just been outclassed here in Game 3.
Game 3. What a performance coming from Pepe. And overall, like, their box of chicken, a spicy chicken, might I add as well. They've been putting up some spicy goals. V resumed with the defense. Days coming back. He's kind of come on with a revival phase here. I'm not redemption arc for himself solely as well. Overall with the shot output, no goals though, but nonetheless we have seen himself aid his teammate a lot more, be that kind of team player, let them shine. I think that switching of roles every single time, as I said before, adds that unpredictability factor and just makes it a lot more of a scarier team. That it's not just the team or one player that they always push forward as their strongest foot. It's every single player is capable of scoring these goals, and they will be accurate and they will find the back of the net every single time. So we're gonna have to see, will it remain, or will Icehorde come back, and will we see a Game 5 opportunity here? But as we move into Utopia Coliseum, I'm not gonna lie, the prospects coming in from the side of Icehorde though, not very strong. Now they haven't been not many scoring goals for the last 10 minutes, and as you said there, Gator, it's a very scary prospect, and overall it just kind of goes to show how team Pepe's Piri is. They're not to be underestimated. Second.
We saw the previous streamed, casted, whatever you want to call it, series here in Utopia Coliseum come to an end with Tyrone claiming the 3-1 victory over Shooters. Now Tyrone has swept Coldest Ballers, I believe, the number 8 seed, so they keep on that underdog tear through the bracket. They are waiting in the finals where it will be a best of 7. As it stands right now, it would be against Pepe's Piri, but maybe Icehorde can bring it back. Maybe we can go to Champions Field here. I do keep coming back to the seeding, and we did mention that sometimes the seeding can lie, sometimes it's not as important, but we did have a very big group stage here before the bracket stage to determine that seeding, so maybe it's not perfect, but I think it was very indicative of what the teams were expected in terms of their performance, what we thought they would do, and there have been quite a few upsets. As it stands right now, the highest seed that we can have in the finals is a number 6 seed. That would be Pepe's Piri again. What we expected from them. Now the other one is a 12th seed. It was a very big bracket. There were many seeds, but still, quite the underdog story that we saw right there coming from Tyrone. But that's not the topic of discussion here. The topic of discussion is Icehorde, who keep on scoreless in the past almost 12 minutes, is going to be soon in about 20 seconds. And Pepe's piri, who haven't been able to find as much offensive prowess as in previous games. So maybe something more solid defensively here for Icehorde, or maybe it's just that the offense from Pepe's piri is a bit more shaky. I can't really tell. But 3 minutes remain. We have played for 2, and it is still tied at 0 apiece.
Yeah, they're 0 apiece right now. Even Steven, an equilibrium state. And it's the calm before the storm. We've seen it happen. They remain 0-0 for half of the first game here, and then suddenly the goals just sprout out. And speaking of goals, that's a capture curse or a capture blessing. Depends on the perspective there, Gator. But Rizun, pass will come in from Daze. He sets up a shot. He fakes out Clue, and that pinch works in his favor from the 50-50. Right top corner. We got half the game left in regular.
And you hate to see a goal like that, right? Because yes, you said it fakes out Clue, but really there's not much that Clue can do there when you have 2 players, you know. Either one is going to shoot it and the other one is going to pick up the rebound, or it's just going to be a drop-off. And as a defender, if you don't have anyone behind you, you're kind of sold. You do go for the strong shot save, and now Clue finding some redemption finally, right before we cross into the halfway mark. 12.5 minutes almost of not scoring, broken by Icehorde, and they find the equalizer. And, you know, it really doesn't matter how much you get outscored by in a series overall. If you win more games than your opponent, you will progress into the final round in this case. But Daze wants none of that and is going to put it top bins. Great pass by Risen to once again give the advantage to Pepe's piri.
Pepe's piri always switching up, always getting. They're just indomitable, always will positive challenge, always will get that goal. They are just that inevitable team, it seems, and they've been struggling far too much. Icehorde, they've always, you know, even if they get a goal, this team here, Pepe's piri, will respond back just as fast, and they say, you know what, you can let those endorphins, you can let that adrenaline rush go through you for a second or two, but we'll make sure it dies down instantly here. And another shot opportunity. Rizun making that shot, but goes wide off the backboard there. 50-50 with Clue and Daze. Could be an opportunity set up for Rizun, though. He's looking for a shot. Just misses it away on the backboard. For a play there, Clue. Daze in the midfield. Going to stop that ball from going to their half here. They're going to need to do so. I think they're going to have to different capabilities, as the last half of the game will go by, and they're in the lead by 1 goal. So it's a very scary moment. They're on match deletion here, Icehorde. If they don't do it right now, right here, it's all over for them. They know what that kind of pressure does to them, but will it crush them from coal into diamonds? Let them shine, let them do something with it, or will it all be over? He's looking for a backboard play, a redirect shot, race on everybody from the side of team. Piri missing that open net. It was wide open as well. Teamwork making that save, opportunity, sorry, Crow making that save, now Clue aiding his teammate, and the corner goes, last 1 minute left, and they're still alive here, it seems, they're still kicking their Gator.
So many opportunities for Pepe's piri to score. Are they going to pay for it? Not quite. Crow shot saved by Risen. But the important thing is that Icehorde managed to keep themselves within 1, and that is going to allow them to stay alive until the very last second. As long as the ball doesn't drop, even at 0 seconds, they will have a chance to send it into overtime. But now, time keeps ticking down, and it is 35 seconds on the clock. Good attempt there by Timur. I dare say the silent carry for Icehorde. We've seen Crow, we've seen Clue with the plays, but Timur has always silently been there doing his job for the team. Very solid on the defense and as well as reliable on the offense, but the time keeps ticking. The clock inexorably are marching towards the Tyrone versus Pepe's piri grand final. One last drive, one last attempt, but it is a ball going to have to go all the way through the field, and now Risen puts it there into the ground and into the finals. Go Pepe's piri, GG's all around, but it was just not enough from Icehorde.
Oof, just not enough. They melted before they could, slip through the knots there against their opponents. It's all over. Great try, great opportunities. They got a goal for so long, it kind of does boot up the morale, boot down the morale here. And they were being kicked out every single time, and every avenue that Pepe's piri was there against them. So I think overall it gives credit more to the side of their opponents, and I think it's fantastic how well the other side have been playing here. I wish we'd seen more from the side of Icehorde. They played so well in the first 1 minute, then suddenly it felt like it was all knocked down. The one game was the only opportunity. Piri did wake up, and what a great game from them. It was great shots, but overall they will be continuing on into the finals here, and I couldn't see a more worthy team in my opinion. Gator.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're gonna go up against Tyrone, probably the most solid team in the entire tournament. We've seen them play great against shooters, the number 4 seed, one of the highest in the entire tournament. Now, we do have Icehorde, who beat up Cleanup Crew, who was a number 2 seed, and then Icehorde got defeated by Pepe's Piri, and now Pepe's Piri is here in the grand finals. It's going to be scrappy from Piri's squad against Colleen, Cool, Calm, and Collected by Tyrone. Who will win? I don't know. I know for sure it's going to be exciting, but we will have to find out on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere. Grand finals coming up.
To know where you came from. We're breaking open. Feel like our future's just begun. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world. Straight up for the sun. They'll never notice. We'll take these cities on our own. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world.
It all comes down to this, ladies, gentlemen, NBs, and everyone else watching. Welcome to the Redirect Esports number 7 Grand Finals. My name is Alligator, and together with Ground Zero, we're going to be bringing you all the action in this exhilarating best of 7. We have Tyrone making the underdog bracket run from a 12th seed all the way to the Grand Finals. On the other side, Pepe's Piri with the number 6 seed, always cruising against lower seeded teams, but now they face a formidable opponent. Ground Zero, my friend, are you ready for this battle for the ages?
Oh, I am positively ready. It's been a combo storm. I kind of professed would see Tyrone in the finals there, so I'm glad my guest has pushed them forward here, and we're seeing manifest destiny at this point, so I'm kind of excited to see how well this plays out. They've been one of the most consistent teams against now, which is going to be their opponents, Piri, one of the more solid teams in mechanics and overall shot output here, so going to be very scary in the first half of this game. It's best of 7 for the finals, to remind anybody, especially people who in now to watch the grand finals of this Redirect GG monthly number 7 here as well. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get the players in, especially some of them have just told us now they have a scrim in about an hour. So we're hoping to speed through this best of 7. Well, that kind of depends on the players themselves. Will they be capable of ending this soon, especially now? In the finals, the kickoff timer starts us out, and we are here ready to begin as Daze gets a pass and play into Jair, their opponent there. Now in the midfield it goes. A blocking does happen. Immediately Daze looking for a shot. And the first half of this game has been more aggression coming from the side of team Pepe's Piri. Though nonetheless Tyrone has been able to, admittedly enough, block out all of the shots. They do look like they're struggling here. DMY Demi managed to come back just in time for a dribble all alone by himself. Zerk for a sniping shot, not gonna find it. Still snappy nonetheless. Midfield control, fantastic a play here. Demi looking for a goal, nearly finds it. Rezoon. He directs it right back into Daze, his friend here. The first 1 minute gone there, Gator. And I'm not gonna lie, right off the bat, a lot to speak for between both sides.
We said at the end of the previous series, Pepe's Piri, one of the scrappiest teams in the tournament. How would they fare against Tyrone that are solid, composed, cool, calm, collected, as we usually say? But now we're seeing a completely different side from Pepe's Piri. They have that offense on lock. They've had so many chances already. But remember, Tyrone a couple series ago, their solid defense was what ultimately gave them the victory. They've gotten a few chances for an offense, and that shot from Zerk is going to be put away by Risen. Another good save on the defense this time from Jair. And still, it is 0-0. A minute and a half already gone by. I feel like these games might very well all go to overtime if they keep playing like this, because no team has the upper hand. And this is what Rocket League is all about. But Daze bringing the first one in game 1, the first one of the series, the first one of the grand finals. And it is for the side of Pepe's Piri.
Wow. What a swift turnabout, and the caster curse kicked in right at the best time and the worst time at the same time. Therefore, depending on the perspective of how you see it. Tyrone, though, they're down a goal, Daze off the ceiling, looking for a follow-up. DMY himself gets a great pass to his teammate, but sadly, not the best opportunity they could really make out of it, as it goes right back in the hands of Rezoon. It's flying over to both sides here. The ball is still remaining in the orange corner. It finds itself every single time now. Zerk, though, low boost, but able to set up his teammate Dimmy. Pinch there, back down in the middle. Passing occurs. Zerk looking for a shot. Daze blocking that right on the goal line. Scary moments coming in from the side of Piri here. They're looking like the salt's been shaken. And shook they do look, but they've been able to block that play away. Right back down the middle, but Zerk looking for another follow-up off the back where it goes. Daze struggling a little bit, it seems, as he's just trying to block that play away, but Jair off the ceiling he goes, looking for a pass and play in the middle. Dimmy finds the ball to Zerk. Zerk up there to Dimmy. Dimmy right back down to Zerk, and no one else for the follow-up. Lack of boost there will not help out the side of Team Tyrone as they struggle to find their first goal to equalize this game here. We got 2 minutes left of regulation. We might just see it, but Zerk misses the shot along with Jair. And once again, Dimmy now having to look for the double tap. Angle was there, but a block from B as well at the same time. 2 minutes left now on the timer. We're going to see, will it work out well for Tyrone? Will they come back? Because best of 7 gives them a lot of time to kind of get used to their teams. They can let a few here every now and then, but they do need a good standing in the first game to set the tune here at the same time.
Well, good offensive attempts by the side of Tyrone. They're trying to combine once again for those team plays, but the demo fly in the air from V, I believe, onto Gyre. That's gonna delete one defender, but still Tyrone have been holding on strong. Could that be in? No, Dimmy denied by Dace, and I'm gonna need to see some more demos from the side of Tyrone. There's the one from Gyre, and it's going to result in a goal. That is exactly what they needed, and that is exactly what they're going to do. Top bin so tight, the defender V was flying in like Superman, but it was just a tiny bit too far away. One apiece, tied up with 1 minute 19 seconds to go. This is Rocket League.
This truly is Rocket League there. That's a great follow-up coming in. V looking for a shot, but blocked by Jair. Jair to Zerk. Zerk to Jair. And it's going to be a block in the corner. Dimmy following up there. He's trying to come in fast, come in strong, and make sure that ball doesn't find itself in the blue hat. But sometimes things like these are inevitable. Coming in from the side of team Piri here, right back down in the corner. Fantastic follow-up, an opportunity born from Dimmy. Up alone, he goes for the Doomsday dish, and he sadly cannot find it. Resume making that block. Away it flies once again, down into the middle. Jair now will make that block. It's going to be making a very, very awkward attempt, but nonetheless, so it won't be the most helpful opportunity. Zerk, he's aiming to possibly pass out the ceiling to Dimmy. Dimmy down to Zerk, blocked by Resume. Resume all the way up to Daze. Daze looking for a clear-cut redirect. It's going to be falling. Dimmy, heroic save. He comes back just in time to stop that ball from jumping in back of the net there. 26 seconds left. The fantastic soft touch there to regain control of and possession of the ball. Away it goes up the side wall. Jair down middle. Daze will be making that save against Zerk's shot, but Dimmy might be able to get a shot here. Corner, it bounces off the woodwork. It's a game over possibly right here, right now, as they just about managed to save it away. But once again, the last couple of seconds, knocking it down second by second, they take away, and it's game over. Overtime, 1-1, both sides facing each other off. And your original assumption there, Gator, is true. It might just end up every game in overtime every single time here.
I mean, we couldn't have it any other way, right? The first overtime of the day on stream has to be game 1 of the grand finals. And it was all thanks to Dimmy, that drop-down save that he made. I said V almost tried to fly in like Superman, but couldn't quite make the save. Now Dimmy is flying from the defense to the offense across the field. He is the true superhero, and Tyrone are going to close it out within 24 seconds. Once again, V, the defender that just couldn't quite make it. And there it is, a game 1 winner. So first advantage of the grand finals goes to none other than Tyrone with Dimmy. 555 points. What a funny number, and what a deserved team MVP.
What an MVP winner that is, for sure. I don't think just as we were talking about him, the giggles there, this man just came out with a fantastic passage coming from Jair off the backboard. All of a sudden, he gets a godsend redirect all the way in the back corner of V, struggling. He was desperate to make it all the way back. Sadly, I don't really think he had a boost to make it there, so they will not get that heroic save as they wish them flying the back of the net. They're giving Tyrone their first deserved win, so I guess our original assumption there of the consistency has won out for the side of Team Tyrone. That's what makes them a very well-versed team, and an organized team like this can put up a dominating performance. And we're seeing it happen right now. 2-1 though. It was kind of close, I'm not gonna lie. Overtime is where we settle in, and we're gonna have to see, will it be an overtime every single time? I don't really think my heart can take it there, Gator, if it's gonna be an overtime every single time.
I think overtime every single game is statistically, I don't want to say impossible, but highly unlikely. But with the way these two teams have been playing, I think you can throw the math out the window and just say, yes, give us OT every single game. Now we go into game number 2 here in Forbidden Temple. No time to waste before the kickoff goes on. We've seen a massively improved version of both teams. Pepe's Piri's looking very good, once again trying to get that strong offense to a strong start, forcing I believe it was Dimmy again to make the save. The shot was courtesy of Risen, and these cleaning up of the mistakes by Pepe's Piri is going to give them an edge in the grand finals, or maybe would give them an edge against any other team, but Tyrone are just too dang clean, and they're going to need to find something special if they want to claim victory.
They're definitely going to need something special, that is for sure. What that special might be, it might just be some individual players with those shining moment plays here. Zerk will be able to do it. No, it won't. Dimmy or Dreamy, I don't know what this man's name is at this point. I've just been told some information from Han in the Twitch chat, but who needs information when you get goal? Zerk, the man himself, to fly away with the first goal in hand for Team Tyrone.
There it is, Tyrone finding those clean spots, a clanger by Zerk, threading the needle, if you will. And really, it doesn't matter how much offense you have if you are Pepe's piri. If you can't get it past the stalwart defense from Tyrone that we've seen all day long, you're never going to win. This is just a demonstration number 5,000. Tyrone, I don't even know what to say anymore. They are just looking unbeatable right now. And Pepe's piri aren't even playing bad. They're playing good. Tyrone are just playing, again, very, very close to perfection.
Perfection is key here, and perfection is exactly what was needed. I think that's a specialty taste coming in from the side of Team Tyrone. They're very scary. They're a very, very frightening team to be playing, especially on the other side of the field here. For every other team they've been facing, they've had a very, very dominant performance overall. They may have seemed shaky the first time we've seen them in the field, but after that, it just felt like we're watching one of the most perfect teams here, as you said. So, Zerkin off the back, we're making that save from the sidewalls and be able to find Jair. No, it's going to be in the middle for days. Dimmy or Dimmy, I don't know, but this man nonetheless stopped that ball in the midfield from going past them. And we're seeing now how well this team has been facing each other off. But, you know, to be honest, it's the grand finals. You can see why they're trying their best here. For the £100 prize pool, it's £70 for the first winner, first place winner, and £30 for the second place winner. So I'm not gonna lie, good bit of money on the line here. Good amount of green Kushola. They're fighting for some good paper money, and it's been a dominant performance. It's a great performance overall. We're gonna have to see who will settle. Who at the end of the day, after the dust settles, will stand up on top. But right now, it's Team Tyrone with a latter half of the control, even in the latter half of the game and the beginning of the game here, 1-0, and they're hoping to contain that as well as they can, as they've been, offense, defense, wherever you want to put them. These players here from the side of Team Tyrone have been looking absolutely phenomenal.
Imagine how many boxes of piri chicken you could buy with £70. There's definitely something to play for here at Tyrone. I don't know what they plan to do with the money if they do win, but £70, like I said, is a lot. 70% of that £100 prize pool. If you want to compete for one of those, make sure to sign up for redirect number 8. Signups are already open, but the net wasn't the save. Beautiful, but I believe it was Zerk to keep Tyrone alive. Like I said, redirect number 8 to play for the £100 prize pool, and for a goal like that from Risen to bring the equalizer to Pepe's piri with 1 minute and 37 seconds to go. The long shot catches Zerk out of position, and now suddenly we find ourselves in a situation similar to game 1.
Yeah, it's game 1 all over again. Will it? I say it again, my heart can't take this pressure right now. But think about the pressure. These two teams are facing each other off right now. Dimmy or Dreamy, once again, fantastic play here. Passing play coming in. Jair, will he get it in? No, it's going to be Dave coming in from the opponents. Oh my god, piri, they're not over just yet. V now with some wall dashes, Snazzy style, great mechanics. I'm able to make that breakaway all the way back into the blue half here. But now a demo from V on Zerk. Into the middle it goes. Resume once again. Looking for another shot, but Jair will be just faster in the air than him. V or Daze for that play after that flip reset shot coming in from Daze there, but Jair all alone with a flip reset. He gets what a setup and a beautiful way to take the lead here from Team Tyrone. I think you had a wave dash there. What?
We said earlier in the day that Tyrone don't rely on individual mechanical plays, but that does not mean they can't do them, and we just saw it right there from Gyre, taking it all the way throughout the field. We've seen those flip resets be so clean every single time, and now Gyre is going to get the assist, and I believe the bump on the goal line. Risen threw the ball over there to Zerg, who double tapped it himself off the ceiling. Just beautiful stuff right here from Tyrone. I would be very surprised if we ended up seeing overtime here in game 2, but it is closer than the scoreline suggests. Only just now are Pepe's piri being left behind, and now there's another attempt here, but Dreamy is going to be there for the save, his third of the game already, more than anyone else in the lobby, just as many as Pepe's piri combined. Not now. The Daze is going to keep it within touching distance, within 2, but in 30 seconds is going to be very hard. They're going to have to row back, else they're going to go down 2-0 in this series. Reminder, this is a best of 7, so it wouldn't be series point quite yet for Tyrone, but it would certainly be close.
It will certainly be close here. 13 seconds left, though. It's kind of way too close, I might just say here. Icehorde now in the corner, left all alone by himself. They're going to be taking the lead here. And I think I might as well make sure to mention this time, Dimmy or Jimmy was the person who said that he has scrimmed in a bit as well. So you can see why this man is in a post-haste rush to finish this game as quickly as possible to take away, funnily enough, possible first win as well at the same time. Now they take the lead in the series. My God, what a lead that is. Team Tyrone, their consistency always pushing forward every single time. They are, once more, and I'm never going to be tired of saying this, they are just that inevitable team that will make sure that pulls out either perfection or an absolute dominant performance that makes you question your place in the playing field here.
Yep, and you said it. It's going to be perfect, it's going to be dominant, but in a very subtle way. You know, you see teams win one game, I don't know, 10-0 or 10-1 or something like that, but then the next game they go to overtime, maybe they lose it and they struggle and they're inconsistent. Tyrone are not like that. Tyrone are dominant in the sense that they will always be in a winning position, or they will always be putting themselves in a winning position just because how clean they are, how solid they play, their play style is what you would call unshakable, really. They're not an unstoppable force. They're an immovable object, and oftentimes that is more than enough to win a Rocket League game, to win an entire Rocket League tournament. As they're showcasing right here, they don't need to be blowing out their opponents. They don't need to be scoring 10 goals per game. They might win by 1, they might win by 2, but they are going to be consistently winning, and I would take that any day of the week over blowout victories. Now, going into game 3, Pepe's piri now are on a razor's edge, because if they lose, they're going to have to reverse sweep. Not a best of 5, but a best of 7. They would be down 3-0. That would be an almost insurmountable lead. They want to go early again. Here, it is the offense that we've seen early in game 1, early in game 2, early in game 3 once again. It didn't work out for them in game 1. They let Tyrone come back and then win it in overtime. It didn't work out for them in game 2 because Tyrone took the lead and then just ran away with it. Will it work out for them in game 3? For the moment, Zerk making sure to relieve the pressure with a demo, but still control of the ball in the blue half for Pepe's piri.
Off the corner there, going to be V looking for a single aerial play, set up to Daze, who's flicked it up into the air, going to be taken away by JR. A turn of offense there. Now it's going to be Dimmy into the midfield, passing there occurring, double tap, could be a sidewall redirect, but it's going to be flown away. Dimmy getting a slight bit of a touch back into Daze's hands here. He's going to be looking for a sidewall, a play, possible aerial, or actually just an overall fake, but JR still not falling for it at all. He's going to be looking for a pass play now. Daze, but Dimmy, every single time, wherever you want to put this man, once again, it's going to be him making sure that block does not go anywhere near the net. JR there is at the same time also doing the same thing as his teammate. Could be a fantastic breakaway that he does do so successfully, but doesn't really keep that ball in the most possible position for their teammates to really follow up here, it seems. But Zerk now all the way into the air. JR with a pinch on Rizun, and they take the 1-0 in the lead as well, and what a way to take it away at the same time. I'm not gonna lie, slight VM here, but you can see those kind of mistakes do occur on the field when in high pressure situations. But it's going to be Team Tyrone once again taking the lead.
You said it right there. Once again, it is inevitable. Fear it, run from it. It's gonna come for you nonetheless. It is Gyre leading the way for Team Tyrone, but really it could be any player doing the scoring. It could be any player doing the setup, the defending. They rotate so well. They just get their stuff done. Now we saw a bum play, not quite solid in the back end. They couldn't get anything building, but they don't need to, because into the last 3 minutes of the game here, still a lot of time to play, but they're generating more and more opportunities. Gyre denied by Days. Now 2 versus 1, but stopped properly by Dreamy, I believe it was. On the backline, a bit of a double commit there for the side of Pepe's Piri. Not looking great, not looking terrible either, which is good. They're keeping it close once again, like game 1, like game 2, but we saw what happened in those 2 situations. Now once again, Days is gonna go for the bump, and there it is, beautiful clear from all the way in the orange net. Risen puts it down for Days, and then Days gets the bump and allows Risen to finish it off. The 2 versus 1, very hard to defend this time. Tyrone had nothing, no response against that very, very good offense as we've seen before. It's tied at 1 apiece as we cross into the second half of game 3.
The second half, game 3, Dreamy all alone, looking for the soul. For themselves, Jerry looking for a feeling the pressure. They know
I really know what's
the race here.
Oh,
could be an opportunity. Up into the air. It's dangerously floating above the goal line. Could be OB getting demoed. Away it flies, and now it's going to be Rizu. Could be an opportunity. Will they be able to do so? Nope, not at all. JR making that blockage. Successfully, one might I add as well, and Rizu now left all alone in the corner. Defend for himself. He finds himself with a play. The ball in his hand, but Sir getting that cleared away right down to Dreamy with the rip. Again, what a goal! They take the lead, Tyrone once again.
and that is just perfect, though. Pass perfect to the millimeter from Zerk to Dreamy. I mean, that's what you call a dime, a beamer, whatever you want to call it. Laser pinpoint accuracy. It doesn't get any better than that. And then Dreamy, it was not an easy position to score from, but still does his job to perfection to give the lead once again to Tyrone. And now Gyre going for the bump. Risen, though, with the help of Days and his demo, they're able to keep it consistent on the defense. But here go Tyrone once again. Dreamy and Gyre trying to combine with 1 minute and some change remaining here. Dreamy with another demo to try to slow down the offense from Pepe's Piri. But V and Days trying to combine. V has had a very quiet first 2 games. Still quiet here in game number 3, but always consistent, always there when Pepe's Piri need him. But it is just not being enough against Tyrone. Zerk is going to get a goal, and now every single player in Tyrone has a goal, a team hat trick, if you will, and it is just perfect picture painting, whatever you want to call it. This is the work of an artist.
And that artist's name is Team Tyrone. Not just an individual effort, it was a team effort, and what a team this has been. As important, I'll say it again, they're a very, very scary team to see at the other end of the field here. And they've shown why, but it doesn't mean that it's all over just yet. We still got a minute left in Days with a great read from the backboard as well at the same time, just about able to make it. Everyone getting a bite of the ball from the side of Team Pepe's Piri. They're munching away, but Tyrone, they've taken a bigger bite out of that team right now. Their morale has been knee-deep in the ground. It's in the trenches, might I even say, but they haven't let that affect them too much overall. But overall, you know, the capabilities we've seen from the first game and from the previous series, it just hasn't been shining as well. They've been dimmed, and they're getting dimmer as Zerk himself gets that play from the sidewall, reads away from V's heavy touch, where Zerk capitalized on an open net. Rizu nowhere to be found in defense as well. 0 boost, so he was desperate for something in the tank there, it seems so. Nothing yet, and it seems like the game is, as it goes by, the clock is ticking, 31 seconds left in regulation, and it seems to be all over somewhat there from the side of Team Pepe's Piri. It's just a 3-0 domination from the side of Tyrone.
You hate to see it. I mean, Pepe's piri, they brought themselves within one, and immediately afterwards concede was probably the worst goal of the entire tournament. And we've seen some own goals here on stream, but still, those are unfortunate situations. This was straight up something that you can't do when you're playing for a grand finals, when you're playing for the lion's share of £100 prize pool. Tyrone, of course, are going to win in game number 3 here. They are on a series point, but really, you can't make a mistake in the defensive rotation like that if you're Pepe's piri. If you just brought yourself within touching distance, within one. Will that end up costing them the tournament? I don't know. I don't want to say anything, but with the way Tyrone have been playing, you gotta really say a singular mistake is going to cost them. Maybe it will hurt. Maybe they will think about it at night. Because if they had not conceded that goal, maybe then they could have scored one, sent it to overtime, try to build up a comeback. But with the way that Tyrone have been playing, I don't think that would have been a likely scenario either. They have just looked like the better team. Yes, it was close in game 1. Yes, they did go to overtime coming back from behind, but they closed it out in 24 seconds. Then game 2, I believe it was a 3-1. Game 3 here is a 4-2. With the way this has been going, this is shaping up to be a Tyrone sweep, and I believe they will complete the bracket only dropping 1 game in the entire bracket stage. In specifically that series that we casted the first one on stream today, and that was because Dreamy had many connection issues. If they were able to sweep here in the grand finals, that would be an almost perfect bracket run, but remains to be seen what Utopia Coliseum brings for them. They've closed it out here before. They've closed it out in 3 as well in the semifinals. Pepe's piri, they closed it out here in the semifinals themselves. Now will they be able to push it for the reverse sweep to find Champions Field and maybe find all the glory that they've been looking for the moment? Once again, the super strong offense in the start of game number 4, but no cigar for them, and this feels like the never-ending story, more like a Groundhog Day. It is the same thing over and over again, but with the same result, and it pains me to say this, but Pepe's piri, this is not a good omen for them.
Nope, not at all. One might even say it's been a death omen for them here with the last 30 seconds already kind of given the kill here as this game has gone by. That's another great save from JR. In comparison, this Team Tyrone, have been a team that's been aging like fine wine, and overall, as you said, their statistics of only dropping 1 game throughout the duration of this tournament. It kind of sets themselves up as the greater fan favorite overall. And there's been a lot of cheerleaders here in the Twitch chat as well, professing their love for Zerk. And Zerk has been a fantastic player overall, fantastic performance, and it's gone to show how well he's been playing. And he's been a very, very solid player, and overall one of the most instrumental players here as well at the same time. Nearly getting another great passing play to his teammate Dreamy or Dimmy here, but just another blockage coming in. Rizun, though, he's been fantastic. Overall rotating, looking for the shots whenever he gets them. Sidewall redirects here at the same time, looking for a setup for his teammate off the backboard, but Jared making that block, stopping that play in its tracks and descend to the air once again. Daze off the sidewall. He's looking for a demo on B. Pass up into the air for Zerk as he ascends, looking for the flip reset, which he does collect. Looking for a shot, it's an open net!
Oh.
And back he gets open shot once more. It is in. GG's, and already I can kind of feel this game going in favor for Team Tyrone. 3 minutes, 18 seconds left, 2 minutes left on the timer in regulation, and it's Zerk making that clear clip shot for Tyrone for the first goal.
Yeah, well, that goal, I have to say, very
God.
good
Oh
from... Very good from Zerk. Very questionable decision here. That leads to a rise on goal, that miss from Dreamy, kickoff goal, I guess. We haven't seen one of those in a while, but for the first goal from Tyrone, it was all Jair. If they don't get that bump on the defender, Zerk doesn't have an open net, and yes, maybe from that angle they could have still scored it, but it would have been infinitely harder. Now there is equality, not anymore, I guess. Dreamy! Retribution has been the name of the game every single time today. The player makes a mistake, they follow it up with a goal to make up for it, and there it is for Dreamy. Once again, Tyrone in the lead.
Wow, Tyrone, once again, they're taking it back. They said, no, not on our watch. We may have messed up that time. Never again. We do not repeat mistakes. And as Albert Einstein once said, repeat the same thing 3 times, you're crazy. But we've seen this team take it away 3 times, every single time. They've been... So do you call them crazy, or do you call the other side for losing 3 times in a row? crazy as Zerk gets the third goal for Team Tyrone. They're taking it away once more. Half the game left exactly on the dot, and there's still 2 goals with 1 insurance right on top.
They're just so clean, so clinical. We've said it before, you can fear them, you can run for them, but they're gonna come all the same now. Chance at a kickoff goal, but great save by Zerk. He gets a goal line save, he just doesn't miss. And then he gets demoed, but Jair is there to cover. And really, it feels a bit hypocritical to say, can Tyrone do anything wrong when they got scored on straight after a kickoff after their first goal, which was a pretty glaring mistake by Dreamy. Yes, they can clearly do things wrong, but they don't do them very often, right? They don't make those mistakes as much as other teams, and when they make them, they are able to come back like no one else can. And that's what's giving them the victory. That's what's giving them an almost perfect bracket run, which, again, unfortunately marked by those disconnection issues from Dreamy in their quarterfinals. But I firmly believe that if those hadn't happened, it could have very well been the perfect run through the bracket stage. Now Zerk is going to get the demo. Jair doesn't quite get the ground pinch. The angle was not perfect, but with a slightly less than 2 minutes remaining, Tyrone with a 2-0 cushion, it looks like they will be claiming victory. But you can never count out Pepe's piri. They are still trying. They're still getting those offensive attempts on, because they score 1 and then they're within touching distance, and then they could score at 0 seconds. They could send it to overtime, but first they have to score for that as we come down to 90 seconds.
90 seconds left. 1 minute, 25 seconds. That's all they have left to come back here. And it's not looking, it's not, they're definitely sweating their derrieres off here as they try their damn hardest. And I appreciate the attempts there, but how do you deal well with a team that plays like this? So consistent, so threatening every single time, no matter what. Their touches have been quite literally picture perfect with a lot of what they've been going for, and it's always been making sure that the ball is set up as a follow-up, and their teammates every single time, especially Dreamy here, who's looking for another play. Dreamy might be his name, but this man is grounded in reality with the way he's playing. Fantastic output, fantastic play. Overall, he's been firmly settled himself as the third person on the scoreboard, but right now one of the best performances overall, setting up another teammate in the middle for who gets the 4th goal for Team Tyrone, and it's all over. We can count it, shut it down. You know, I think the chapter, we can close the book right here there, Gator, as Team Tyrone 4-0. Not lost 1 game against Pepe's Piri, and what a way to shut it off in the grand finals, in the best of 7 as well, for the £100 grand prize.
They started off in overtime, but they have only gotten better and better and better, and they want more blood, they want more goals, but they know they don't need them, because with 20 seconds remaining, victory is theirs. Pepe's Piri with some valiant attempts. They want to throw everything. They have the kitchen sink and all, but that's just gonna leave the net open for Dreamy to get it on the counter-attack. You mentioned Dreamy technically last on the scoreboard, just by 2 points, funnily enough, behind Zerk. Jair, clearly the MVP for this team in this series, leading the way all throughout the tournament, but you can't really pick a number 1 player, because they are all number 1s. They are all MVPs. They fought tooth and nail, and now the piri sauce has been quenched. Mon the Tyrone, they're going to win redirect number 7. GG's to them. They are the champions.
Wow. Just, I have no words. I don't think any word in the dictionary is capable enough to really mirror the masterclass performance coming in from this team here. Team Tyrone, all the way from beginning to end. I think you couldn't have gotten a better author to write their story here. Because it would do it no justice with how well and swift they've been playing. The most minimal series loss, and they've right from the beginning, they put up a game-winning performance against Piri. I think Dreamy there, he found scrims to be more important than this tournament, because this man was rushing through these games, rushing through these goals, and they managed to tough it out and win the first place prize here, which is a grand £70 that's going straight into their pockets. So I don't think they're going to be not too happy with that. They're definitely going to be ecstatic about it, even, I might add as well. So, you know, great, happy for them, very happy for them. But Piri, A bittersweet ending coming from them, though, I have to say. Second place, but they lost 4-0. Another domination, one might say there. So £30, a straight £10 going to PayPal. As I said, it's good, but it could have been better overall from them. Perhaps next time we'll tune in, maybe in for Redirects monthly number 8. We might see a new and improved Pepe's piri here. But right now, your winners will be tonight, Team Tyrone, in the form of Jair and Dimmy there / Dreamy. And overall, some fantastic players from their side. What a performance! Like I said, there's just no word capable enough to say how well these boys played tonight.
Like I said before, we saw art today on stream, and the 3 artists, Dreamy, Zerk, and Jair, they deserve every single pound that they are winning here from Redirect 7. But that is going to be everything for Redirect 7. The prize pool will be paid out, and that will be the end of... No, of course it won't be the end of Redirect. We have Redirect 8 coming right up on February 17th, I believe, is when it will take place. You can sign up already right now. Go follow Redirect on Twitch, on Twitter, Redirect Esports on Twitch and YouTube, Redirect GG on Twitter. All the information to sign up for Redirect number 8 will be there if you want to participate for that lion's share of the £100 prize pool. If for some reason you're watching this and you want to sponsor, that would be fantastic. We would always appreciate improving that prize pool to bring in more contestants. It gives us a better chance to give you, the fans, entertainment, because it wouldn't be possible without you. Thank you so much for staying with us today. You can follow us on social media at Ground Zero, at the Alligator 111, at Hazaprod as well. Thank you so much for putting this together, our producer behind the scenes. Once again, I can't say it enough. Thank you so much to all the fans, to all the viewers. We're able to do this because of your support. You allow us to do what we love, and in turn, we'd love to bring you the best product that we can. That being said, that's going to be everything from us for today. Alligator, Ground Zero, and Haza, we'll see you around.
Stop blowing up my phone. You don't get the things that I've been through, and I don't have the time to lay it all in front of you. And you think that you wanna save me. You don't know it, baby, why you do this? I got this under control. You think you do, but you really don't know that I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save